What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, an old tweet is resurfacing of undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Crawford. 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout, 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach, that he put out regarding his biggest rival in undefeated, unified 3-belt WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Errol the True Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is 28 wins, no losses, no draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Errol Spence is widely considered top 2, if not #1, definitely top 5 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, okay? And this makes for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. So, with that said, okay, Errol Spence Jr. is with PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, Showdown president of sports Stephen Espinosa, and he's also with Fox, okay? So, with that said, Terence Crawford at the time, he was with legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, ESPN and Top Rank. And after his fight with 2-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, retired future Hall of Fame fighter in Showtime Shawn Porter, he became a network promotional free agent. Right there on the spot, post-fight, he let it be known that he was parting ways from Top Rank, Bob Arum, and ESPN. And the fight that obviously he was focusing on was himself and Terence Crawford, okay? And Errol Spence. And so it started to build momentum. Then Errol Spence, he had the unification bout with former WBA welterweight world champion Cuban star boxer Yordenis Ugas, in which now we know he got the stoppage, 10th round stoppage victory, broke his nose, ribs, and orbital bone, en route to becoming a 3-belt unified welterweight champion. Terence Crawford took to social media. They was going back and forth, right? And now initially Terence Crawford, he stated that he didn't need Errol Spence, as he did yesterday, okay? He put up a post yesterday to which Terence Crawford, he stated that he clearly didn't feel like he needed Errol Spence. He's already well accomplished in the sport of boxing, and that, you know, he's a Hall of Famer. So yesterday he stated something that he has been stating for quite some time. He put this up. Quote, world title, check, unified champion, check, undisputed champion, check, 3-division world champion, check, fighter of the year, check, ESPY award winner, check, #1 fighter in the world, check, Hall of Famer, still question mark, on my way, right? Now, Terence Crawford had been saying he didn't need Errol Spence because he was already a Hall of Famer, okay? So he didn't need Errol Spence and Errol Spence's, fight to be a Hall of Famer. And then Terence Crawford put up a post on social media saying that Errol Spence is going to be viewed as a duck, right? And where's his legacy going to go? He's going to forever be remembered as a duck if he don't fight Terence Crawford, right? So Terence Crawford felt like, if he don't fight me, then he's going to forever be viewed as a duck, okay? And, we heard the rumblings and the talks that this fight possibly may not be coming to fruition, at least this year, okay? So at least for this year, we may not get Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight, which is a travesty, right? Because this is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, okay? They had ample enough time to make this fight happen, and to still not get this fight, it's a travesty, right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, there's no excuse for it. Okay, and you know, it's bad news, right? And so this post came up of Terence Crawford stating that, you know, he would be considered a duck, you know, and that, you know, he's always going to be remembered for being a duck if this fight don't come to fruition. Okay, and Terence Crawford is saying he's a Hall of Famer, right? Well, to that I wanted to respond, right? Because here's what happens is this, right? Is that if they don't fight each other, now everybody was asking me, what's my thoughts on this post? Again, this is old, right? This is an old post that came from Terence Crawford, you know, social media some time ago, and it was brought back to the light recently, and people are saying, you know, what's my thoughts on it, right? And to that, I'm going to say this: neither one of them are going to be able to live it down. Today's time, right? Now, keep in mind, at one point in time, right, when you had two legends, two Hall of Famers, two superstars, two heavyweight undisputed champions, Riddick Big Daddy Bo and Lennox Lewis, okay? Lennox Lewis, Riddick Big Daddy Bo, okay? They were supposed to fight. It was a super fight, and it never came to fruition. Okay, it never ever happened. Riddick Bowe threw the belt in the garbage. Okay, and the fight never came to fruition. And everybody viewed Riddick Bowe as a duck at that point in time. When he threw the WBC World Boxing Council belt in the garbage, and then he eventually fought Evander Holyfield again, Riddick Bowe was viewed as a duck. A major duck, right? And everybody was saying he was afraid to fight Lennox Lewis, right? Now, both guys today's time are Hall of Famers, right? Okay, they're both Hall of Famers, okay? Riddick Bowe is a Hall of Famer, right? Lennox Lewis is a Hall of Famer. Riddick Bowe is a former undisputed champion. He finished his career 43 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 33 big wins by way of knockout, okay? 6'5" with an 81-inch arm reach. Last time he fought was 2008, December of 2008, right? So Riddick Bowe, 1 loss in his entire career, right? A legend in the sport, okay? Then you had Lennox Lewis, obviously was a legend in his own right, okay? Lennox Lewis, he finished his career, right? 41 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 32 big wins by way of knockout. Twice he was knocked out. 6'5" with an 84-inch arm reach. The last time he fought was 2003. So Riddick Bowe actually fought 5 years after Lennox Lewis fought. Okay. Now, same age bracket, height, weight, all on par with each other, right? Fight never happened. And we all remember Lennox Lewis pushing for the fight, right? And Riddick Bowe throwing the belt in the garbage. But now fast forward 12 years later. No, is that 14 years later? 2022 now. Since both of them have fought. Now you only remember that they didn't fight. Most people today's time don't even remember or don't talk about the fact that Riddick Bowe threw the belt in the garbage. They just talk about the fight itself never happening. Never coming to fruition. Because nobody cares about the politics that prevented the fight from happening. Whether it was the promotional companies, whether it was the management, whether it was the money, whether Riddick Bowe was forced to the fight and didn't want it, didn't drop the belt, whatever. Today's time, what people remember is that you never saw Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis grace the square circle. Nobody cares whose fault it was. Nobody singles out Riddick Bowe or Lennox Lewis. Now, the hardcore boxing fans, we do remember and can say, yeah, I remember Riddick Bowe, but people don't even remember this. They had contracts signed. They had deals in place, and it fell through. Riddick Bowe wasn't afraid to fight Lennox Lewis. The politics of the sport of boxing got in the way of Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe. So my message to Terence Crawford, when he put that up, that Errol Spence will be remembered as a duck, and Errol Spence will forever be remembered as a duck and not fighting Terence Crawford. This is my message. You'll both be remembered the same way. You'll both be revered the same exact way. In 12 years, 14 years after y'all final fight, like I said, Riddick Bowe shockingly last fought 2008. Lennox Lewis last fought in 2003. So Riddick Bowe fought years after, 5 years after. 8-round fight. But 14 years later, since they both last fought, right? Nobody cares. The only thing people care about is that they never got to see Lennox Lewis and Riddick Bowe in the ring. So my message to Terence Crawford would be, in 14 years from your last fight and Errol Spence's last fight, nobody's gonna care to do the research to say whose fault it was that the fight never came to fruition. They only gonna care that they never saw the two best fighters in their time, in their division, in their era, in their own weight class, never fight. It's not gonna fall on Errol Spence. It's not gonna fall on Terence Crawford. It's gonna fall on both of y'all. Nobody's gonna be perceived in 14 years from the last time y'all fought. Nobody's gonna be perceived higher or lower than the other. It's gonna be viewed equally. It's simple, similar to the situation, like I said, Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe. But today's time, people don't remember and they don't know what took place. Why didn't Aaron Pryor ever fight Sugar Ray Leonard? Nobody knows and nobody cares about the details. Only thing people remember is they ain't fight each other. Now, in a recent memory, right? Meaning that in the short term after you retire, people are going to remember, man, these dudes never fought because of X, Y, and Z. But as time goes on, the care and the concern with the details as to why it didn't happen is going to fade, and the fact remains is going to be that you two dudes never fought, and nobody's going to care as to whose fault it was, or say, well, you know, Errol Spence didn't duck, or Terence Crawford didn't duck. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. So to Terence Crawford, I say this. Nobody's going to look at Errol Spence and say he's a duck in 14 years after not fighting him. They're going to look and say, y'all was both in the same pond and didn't swim together and never raced. Period. And so that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section, because let me say this. I believe that Errol Spence is going to retire a Hall of Famer, and Terence Crawford is going to retire a Hall of Famer, like Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. And nobody's going to care as to who didn't do what and why it didn't happen. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.